Hello viewers, welcome to Charity's Bubble. Once again we have another session and I have a guest here that we're going to talk about a topic. But first of all, let me acknowledge our new subscribers, everyone who has subscribed to our channel, everyone who is commenting to our channel. We really appreciate you for just joining us and walking this journey through us. So today I'm gonna talk about a different topic. We are going to talk about marriage because you find that when people immigrate or they come to the US, so many things go wrong, and you find that most people end up separating or getting divorced. And we want to try and tackle and see what are the problems or what causes these problems, whereby the people who are a loving couple back in Kenya or in any other country in Africa, when they come here, they are not able to stay together and they are not able to bring up their family together. So my guest today is my dear husband.
Wow,
and he's gonna introduce himself. So I think he sits in a better place to talk about it, because we've been together for close to 2 decades, and as a man, he will tell us what he has observed in those 7 years that we have been in the US. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, my dear wife. Thank you for bringing me to your show this evening. I can say thank you, our viewers. May you continue subscribing our views so that you can get benefit in one way or another. I really appreciate what you are doing for us. Thank you so much, my dear.
Okay, you're welcome. Welcome to the show. So we are gonna drive straight into the topic, and like I said, we have been married for a long time now, and we have children. So how have we managed to stay in the marriage and still still go on? And we wanna see, because we have friends who have ended up in divorces. We have other friends who have ended up separating. So we want to see what have we observed, and I the best person for me to have this discussion with is my husband. So the first question that I have for you, Francis, is why do marriages fail in the US?
What I can say about marriage fail not only in the US, but they fail even in Kenya. But mostly, why I can say the marriage fail in the US, because there is no communication. Second, there are so many things that follow with the communication. But when we come to the US, do you know, back home, even if somebody is not communicating to you, you don't care, because at the end of the day, you'll meet that person in the house. But when you come to the US, things change because of the schedules. Probably my dear wife, we don't work in the same schedule. She work at night, so most of the time when she get in the house, mostly I'm leaving it. For example, if I'm not talking to her, she can come and sleep, and she leave in the evening. That's why one thing in America the marriage fails, because of lack of communication, because we can be texting and everything continue going on, whereas back in Kenya we must meet in one way or another. She must give him food, she must give me breakfast. But in America, no, when you come to America, you must know how you can make your own breakfast, what you can eat. If your wife is not talking to you, you end up eating they are called McDonald's. If you don't have money to eat McDonald's, you can eat the soup. What do you usually call the soup in Kenya? It's called
spaghetti.
No, it's not spaghetti. It's not spaghetti.
Noodles.
Yeah, noodles. Yeah, you end up eating noodles.
Yeah. So I want to talk about when the difference between the men life in Kenya and how the life changes for a man here in the US. Do you think that affects a marriage?
Yeah. I can say, like, do you know, in Kenya, man is a superior. Like, every time your wife must do something for you. You must wake up, you ask, where is the socks? Mm-hmm. Where are the shoes? Mm-hmm. Why are my shoes not being polished? Even if she is not talking, she's being forced by situation to talk to you. She's going to give you the socks even if she does not want to talk to you. But here in the US, oh my goodness, I find my shoes where they are. One of my friends was laughing to me when we are going to church. He came just to visit me. Then the shoes I was wearing that day, I have already used them to go to my work. So I did not have a shoes. Do you know what that guy told me? Francis, you mean you don't have the church shoes? I told him, you know my field.
So, like I said, he says that the roles are changed. Do you think that it's the woman who does not want to do the laundry or give the husband socks or feed him, or what changes? What is the cause of that? The woman not being able to tend to you as their husband, like the way they were doing back in Kenya?
What I can say, it is not ignorance, but the situation, like the shift, how when we come to America, life changes. Like, do you know, in Kenya, people work during the same system. At night, everybody is sleeping. During the day, people are hustling up and down. But in America, you might find somebody is working night shift, the other one is working during the day shift. So there is no time for a woman, for a wife to prepare you. So when you come here, you must try to get a culture shock.
Fend for yourself.
Make your own breakfast. Like when I was coming to America, I have never made any breakfast. My wife was making breakfast, so I was finding it in the table. Even there was a position where I used to sit. And nobody should have sit in that position. My breakfast is there, my bread is ready, prepared. Everything is okay. And my socks, everything is okay. But when I came to the US, oh my goodness, I know how to make breakfast, guys. I know how to make everything. Because you just get in the house, probably, or I wake up very early and I want to leave the house. So I must make my own breakfast. I make the breakfast for the kids. I prepare them to go to school. So the roles of a man changes.
What about like doing laundry?
The laundry, I can say you can do the laundry because each and every person, you don't wash clothes like back home in Kenya with hands. So when you come to America, there are some machines. You just put the clothes in the washing machine, and after some few, like 45 to 1 hour, the clothes are done, then you put them to the dryer. But back in Kenya, I think we have enough time for the people to come to do laundry because we don't have these machines. That's why when you come to America, so many things changes. Because you must do the laundry to help your partner. Because if you don't help her or you don't do anything, your marriage is going to fail. Because there are so many clothes that they are going to pile in the house. So in America, things changes. It's not like back home. I wish the back home life can come to America. Things could be okay.
So in other words, you're saying if someone is getting ready to move with their family here, they have to know that they have to help with the household chores and help with the kids, and it's okay to do that. It's not that the woman has changed and they don't want to do that anymore, right?
Yeah, what I can say, my dear, if back home you are in Kenya or you are in another country, and you fight with your wife because of petty stuff, there is no breakfast. I'm not seeing my socks.
Yeah.
My shoes are not clean. My clothes are not clean. The house is not clean.
Right.
Don't come to America with your wife. That's why most people in America, they don't have wives. They have a dog.
Do you think they have a dog?
And they have a cat. Another guy told me, do you know the cat is not going to frustrate you? You just put wherever the Rita and the cat or the dog is going to know what's next. But for the human being, you must wash clothes. You must do so many things so that things can start moving
in the house, right?
Yeah. So if you are fighting for petty stuff in Kenya, don't come to America because the marriage is not going to last for 2 years.
Because the responsibilities become more for
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do you think that finance plays a part in the breaking of the marriage?
Yeah, I can say it contribute like 70% because like America, there are so many bills. And probably my wife, she's a nurse. Then me, I work in the Juakari sectors. I'm a hustler by nation.
You came here to hustle.
I came here to America I didn't go to school.
Right.
So I must know how to add up 1 to 1 to get 2. So I must be smart.
Right.
So that I can be able to balance the equation. If you're a man here and you are weak, like you cannot be able to manage your bills. Your wife, women cannot support you the whole day as a man. She cannot feed you during the breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And pay your rent.
And pay your rent. Oh my goodness, you are going.
Buy you gas.
And you are leaving. Oh my goodness, let me tell you.
Why do you think that happens? Why do you think that a woman is not able to support a man for a long time? Is it a nature thing that the man should be the provider, or is it like women just don't want to help?
No. What I can say, like, a woman, when people are marrying, like they want to stay together, a man is always a head. If a man become a neck,
so the head and the neck.
And then and the neck. If a man decided not to become a head anymore, the wife is the one who is leading. Everything collapse. I might be bad, but everything is going to collapse. So, if my wife is paying my bills, she put me gas. The gas is to the petrol, the diesel or whatever. She pay me my whatever for the airtime. At the end of the 2 months or 3 months, she is doing calculation. Guys, women do calculation for stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they do calculation. Yeah, another friend of mine, he told me that the girlfriend told him, your work is just to sit in the house. I told that guy, you are getting lost. Because you cannot be fed for a whole year. You're going to be fed for a duration of time.
Right.
Then after that time is your time to pay back. And the time to pay back, you'll find your clothes with a small bucket outside the house.
You'll find trouble.
You'll find trouble. Yeah.
So once again, this is Charities Bubble USA, and thank you for tuning in. We are still continuing to talk about this topic about marriage, and I hope that you're getting some insights or some advice, and especially the men who are here and the men who are planning to come and immigrate here. There are so many challenges here, and hearing from someone who has lived the life and who has been here 7 years is not a short time. At least we know that we will get some information, and maybe we can use some of it, or we can decide just to listen and see what we can do about it. So let's move on and see. Do you think that how is the American system different from the Kenyan system?
What I can say that the people who made law in America.
So once again, my question was to you, Francis, was that what's different? Like when we used to live in Kenya, what was different and what is different right now when we are in the US?
What I can say, like, the difference between America and Kenya or Africa is like, in back home, the man is always, even if you are not be able to provide, the society respect the man that you are the head.
Okay.
But when you come to America, because of the culture of so many things that happens, the law protect women and girls.
Women and children.
Yeah, women and children. So when a man come here, you must know like what is going on. You must adapt to the system. You must be able to provide. You must know so much, like what is going on. Like the difference back home, even if you do not leave anything, when you come back home, what happens? Your wife, she's going to give you food. Whether it is maskumas or whatever with ugali, you must eat. But in America, if you do not leave anything, you will come to eat noodles.
So what if, do you think, what if the wife is working? Do you think that she's able like to buy stuff and just leave you like that, not to buy anything?
No. Do you know here in America there are so many bills need to be paid? And that's why the people, they need to understand the American system when you're coming here. Like in America, everything you pay with your own money.
Right.
There is no free stuff. Never be lied, never be cheated. When you come to America, there is free stuff. There is no free stuff. But back home, there are some, you can get some mahidis or some.
Yeah, especially if you have a farm.
Yeah, or you can go back to your mom and she give you some food to eat.
Right.
But in America, there is nowhere you can go to a small farm unless you have a small farm for some few skumas. But everything in America you go to get in a store or a supermarkets. That's why the difference between Africa and America, the life is so different.
Okay. Now I have another question that I need to ask, and this happens a lot, especially back at home, is that you find that men or even women nowadays, you find that there is these battles, fights at home, domestic violence. Now, how is that one taken here in the US? Like if you involve yourself in domestic violence, regardless of who is beating one another, like how do they take that?
Please, guys, if you fight back home, you do some exercises with your wife during at night, like fighting. Don't come to America. You will go to jail.
You will be taken to jail.
People usually say like the jails were made for men, but not in America. Yeah, I can say the jail for the Americans are not for the men, because the jails here, people are so brutal, because people they have grown with violence, and the people, they like to take the revenge. If you beat a wife and you be taken to jail, and these people, they know you have come there for a petty offense, for the domestic violence, you are going to get it.
Okay.
So I can advise, if you fight back home, please, when you are coming, leave it at JKIA, and you hug your wife and you tell her sorry.
So there is no wife beating you?
No, there is no. No. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's important to know, because you know that old habits are. It's hard to kill old habits. But you know that when you come to the US, what I have seen is that you change and you become a new person. You have to adapt to their systems, and that is why we are trying to see like where is the problem? Why are we failing? Why do we have very good marriages back at home, and then when we come back here, everything goes down to the drain? So we are just trying to address some of the issues that happen there. Now, what about divorce?
Divorce in America, I can say it's not a criminal offense, or it's not a like.
It doesn't have stigma.
It doesn't have stigma.
Right.
You know, back home, if you let your wife to go, everybody in the society, my dear, she is going to know that you divorced.
Yeah. Right.
But in America, because of the system, divorce is not. There is no divorce. Like example, I can give an example. I have some guys who divorce in the church, and when they divorce, they still come to the same church. When they are in the time for the Thanksgivings, both couples, or not even one.
So in other words, they divorce and then they got other people, and
they come the same church, and sometimes I get surprised they sit in the same room. But back home, if people divorce, oh my goodness!
Yeah, there's a lot of stigma.
Even they don't want to see one another.
Right. Yeah.
So divorce in America is crazy.
All right. We are still continuing with our topic. Francis, what can you talk? What can you tell us about divorce? What you saw back home in Africa, and what you see here in the U.S.
What I can say about the divorce in the US, it cannot stay for, when you file the divorce paper, do you know people back home, they threaten, I can divorce you.
Yeah, they do a lot.
But in America, if I tell her I'm going to divorce you, believe me, it's not going to last for more than 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Everything will be over. And it's in paperwork, written. And the judge sign it.
And does it have stigma? Does anybody care whether you are divorced or not?
No, nobody care. And the same judge is going to give me another, I'll have another papers for another
another marriage.
For another marriage. If and I feel I want to divorce, I'm going to divorce, and I'm going. You know, back home, if you divorce somebody, everybody in the society is going to know that Francis or Nganga divorced somebody.
Yeah, they had that's their first wife, second wife, or
yeah, and everybody will, when you get into that family, everybody will tell you, so and so is the second wife.
Yeah.
The first wife have already left.
Right.
And you are going to be told all the stories. But in America, it's just a matter, if I divorce my wife today, I just go to live in another state. Nobody knows me. Yeah.
So that's interesting, and that is why I think because people come here and they see like the system is not as complex as it is back home. So when they want to divorce, they know that they can just divorce and move on. So you talked about the difference in time, especially in the schedules. So does that make people grow apart, that they don't have time with each other? Or how do you think that affects your intimacy in the marriage?
What I can say, there was a pastor who said about Tuatoa.
The Tuatoa.
I think that woman needs to come to America to preach to us,
right.
or to talk to us. What I can say about the intimacy, like due to the time zone or the time differences, how people work in America, the schedules. Probably I work during the day, my wife works during the night.
And that's how we are. Yeah. I work at night and he works during the day. It's no joke. That's how we do it.
Almost 90% during the day, I'm not in the house. I go to work. During the night, almost 90% she's not in the house.
And can you tell our viewers why we have different schedules? Why do we work? Why can't we go to work at the same time and come back home in the evening?
Whatever her specialization is different to what I specialized with. Me, my work, I cannot be able to do it at night because I need to meet my customers during the day.
Right.
Because I'm a business guy. During the day, that is the time I can be able to meet my customers.
Yeah.
And how she can work during the day, but we have kids.
Right.
When I'm not home, she's at home. So that we can be able to, you know, in America, it's like a corporate. I can say a marriage is like a corporate.
Right.
Anything cannot learn without the other one. So it's like you need one another so that you can be able to move.
Right.
There is some Swahili people, they said, one figure cannot be able to kill a mice or a whatever.
Yeah, a flea.
A flea.
Yeah, the lice.
The lice. So in America, I need my wife. Because when I'm working during the day, she's caring about my kids. And when she's working during the night, I'm in the house looking for the kids.
Yeah.
So that we can be able to share the bills.
Right.
Because here the bills, they are so crazy. They run day-to-day event. It's like we live from heart to mouth. Yes, people say that American people, they are rich. Yes, they are rich, but there's so much that needs to be paid. Here the money is not enough. The more you get, I don't know whether you go to another level, but the higher you get, the more bills they add up.
The more you spend, in
Yeah,
other words.
yeah.
So do you think that couples do not create time for each other, or is it just that life happens that they don't have time for each other?
Do you know, even if you create time during the weekends. You have kids. The kids need to be taken for their activities. They need to be shown some stuff. So even if I create time with my wife, it's not enough. But back home, we have enough time. So in America, what we don't have is enough time for one another.
So and that of course will affect, will make you grow apart, and when you start growing apart, and basically is that marriage. When you get married so that you can be intimate with each other, and if you don't have that, then the basis of your marriage breaking is gonna be very, very high. And that is why you're finding that most people, they have come here 5 years later, everybody is on their own, which is very, it's very, very sad, because when you divorce, and especially when you have kids, the kids are the ones that suffer, because and I've seen couples who have divorced, and they are given shared custody, because here it depends on who is able or who is more responsible. So if you're given custody, you will be staying with the kids, and the other spouse will be given visitation, or maybe you will have a shared custody whereby the kids will be with me for 3 days this week and 4 days with him the same week, and then the other week, then we can reverse. I can have the kids 4 days and he can have the kids 4 days, which really traumatizes the kids. So those are some of the things that bring trouble in marriages, especially in the US. So Francis, what do you think can be done?
There is nothing can be done in American system, because
do you think, like, because we cannot just say like that, like, just forget about it and just live the way like we want. So what do you think are some of the things that we are doing, like we do, and that has made us be together and just avoid all those conflicts and just be able to have those communications, and just have to have even that time for each other? What do we do that is different?
What is being required here is mutual understanding. Because if I understand the system, and I understand my wife, and I understand why I'm here in America, and I understand why did I marry her,
right?
On which basis am I starting in my life? That's
Right.
how we can be able to continue with life. Because without understanding one another in America, unless you understand yourself alone, that's why I can say, like, in a marriage we need to understand one another so that we can be able to move ahead.
And also to be able to work together, because most couples are not able to work together. And there's one more thing that I just needed to ask you about, and I almost forgot, is where do friends, what contribution are friends contributing to the failure of marriages here in the US?
What I can say, like, friends, they can make you any marriage in America to go, or to get to an end. For example, because most men, when they come to here to America, they don't for them to change the system is not easy. To adapt, like, you know, man take time to adapt. Like, to leave one job to go to another is not a man's business.
Right.
So when you come here to America, like, being a man, to change from one job to go to another is sometimes is easy, but women, they can change. Then the friends came here. Do you know, as she changed the job, she have more opportunity to go back to school. Men don't have opportunity to go to school.
Why?
Because mostly the man is the one who is supporting the bills. And because of the sympathy, you see, like, you cannot let your family to fail because of the bills. So right. you allow her to go back to school. Then when you go back, she go back to school. You thinking that you'll go back to school. Here the school is not one day event. For example, when we came to America, I said let her go to school. It took her more than 4 to 5 years for her to graduate.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Because sometimes she have classes, other times she doesn't have class. So after 5 years, she graduated to become a nurse. Me, I'm still moving on.
You're still working.
I'm still working. Imagine she's getting other friends. Then this friend, probably they tell her, let us go to outing, or to go for something small.
Parties, yeah.
Some parties. When they go from one party to another, because of her class, imagine you man, you are still working the low class job, and she have started moving up. Then because of her class, you cannot be able to control your wife unless, even if whatever you do because of these parties.
Because they have a lot of advice.
Do you know, women, they advise one another. That if you do this and do this, you are going to do this. So these parties, as a man, you continue supporting the family, and whatever is happening, you are not getting to a point you want. Then you start giving up.
Right.
You tell her you'll be doing this and this. Then she starts rebelling.
When you split the bills.
When you split the bills, the rebellions get into the house. Think what? Another time she's going to tell you, I'm not doing that stuff. I'm not. You are the head.
So that means that our friends, and just to add to what Francis has said, is that what I know is that friendships here in the US, you have to select your friends carefully, because there are little groups that people form, and those groups you'll be going for birthday parties together, you will be going for outings or whatever you want to celebrate. And if someone comes for you, like they have, maybe it's my birthday party, of which I don't care about my birthday party. I've overgrown that. So if they come for my birthday, then they expect me to pay back and go to that birthday or a party or whatever. So you find that maybe I was scheduled to work at that particular time, and they had come for my event, so I have to go to the event. So some people will even end up missing work because they have to go and be with their friends. And sometimes you don't even look at the type of friends that you're having and see, maybe this person has been here for like 5-10 years or whatever years. And I'm not saying that you should not have friends. It's good to have friends, but you have to choose your friends wisely. Because there is no way that I am going to be friends with people who have been here for like 20-30 years and they are successful, maybe their kids are older, or they live in nice places, and I just came in, I'm starting to just build my life. And you find that if one of the couple, one person decides to take that path and to follow or just to move with the crowd, you find that it ends up hurting your marriage, because your spouse is not going to be happy, especially if all you want to do is just go and party. Because there are so many parties here in the US, like something like wine, something like beer is very, very cheap, and even food basically is very cheap, right, Francis?
Yeah.
So you find that most people is just disappearing because of friendship. Now, like I am a nurse, and if I go with my fellow nurses and my husband did not go to school, some of them will start telling me, oh, your husband did not go to school or whatever. And if I listen, then I will see that there is no use of me having my husband. So at the end of the day, it's good to choose to have friends, but choose them wisely, because there are some people here who just want to drag you down. And when you come to the US, you have to understand that not everybody wants what's best for you. So you have to sit down and think what is best for you and your spouse, and what is best for you and your family. So very, very, very important that I had to add that to what Francis was saying about friendship. It's very, very, very important. So so what do you think? What is your advice? What is your final shot or your advice to couples who are here? Some of them, maybe they are struggling in marriage. Some of them, they are just getting ready to come and live in the US. So what can you tell them?
If you're coming to the US, first of all, grow mature, or you be man enough. Because here there are so many challenges. Because when you're coming to America, all the Kenyans education, when you are boarding the American airlines, or when you're coming to America, all that education will not help you here in America.
Right.
So when you land here in America, you start from scratch like somebody who left the school in class 5. Think what? The job you are going to do are the jobs that they don't have any description, or they don't have any class. You start working like you're working in a low class. Like, back home, man, if you see a man going to work in a store or in the supermarket, that is somebody with the education. He did not excel good in education. Or if I somebody, a man is doing some jobs, that man have not gone to school.
Right.
But most men who come to America, even if you have been a manager, you cannot come to America being a manager unless you are so lucky, of which is 1%. So whatever you come to America, you start doing a very bad jobs. So the stigma between these people who came to America, most of them, they came here, the men, they have so many degrees. So when you go to a party, they try to group themselves. The learned guys.
They were not learned.
These were not learned unless you go there because of the class of money.
Right.
But not education. They are not giving you any priority because you have any education. They are giving you priority because you live in the same neighborhood with them. You have some common stuff. So they start giving a small respect. I can say a small respect. Because when you come to America, everybody believes you must go to school.
Right.
And most men, they don't go to school because of situations. So what I can advise you, when you come to America, be a man enough. Even if you do not go to school, go and do the business. Go to trucking.
And of course, just have that will even to fight for your marriage as a man.
Yeah.
You're the head, and regardless of what, you have to be able to stand up and just be a man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What I can advise you, my dear, when you are coming to America, be yourself.
Right.
Be yourself. If you cannot be able to manage to go back to school, don't kill yourself.
Right.
Because school is not like back home. Everything is on the table. You sacrifice yourself. So when you are coming to America, please know where you are going to start.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we've talked about so many areas that are making our people's marriages to fail. Ours is not going to fail, no. Ours is not going to fail. It's still intact, and we still continue to work together, because we really work together and we consult a lot with each other. We really do consult a lot with each other. And we also try to create time. Because,
my dear, what another thing that why marriage failed, because of like the secret stuff.
Oh, those secrets.
Yeah. Example, you might think that you are going to buy another land back home with your mom and your sisters and your brother without telling me.
Right.
If I realize what you are doing,
and I've hidden it from you, I'm not telling you.
Our marriage is going to have a crack.
Because of trust.
Because of trust.
Trust issues.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah. Even if I want to send some money back home, it is good to notify my wife.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, so that we can know where we are going.
Yeah. So don't buy those secret things, or just don't have those secret outlets that you're sending money out there. Everything is for the family. Put everything on the table. And like I say, I believe that everybody deserves a spot on the table. So even your finances, your bills deserve a spot on the table to be discussed, and for you to be on the same table. So once again, this is Charities Bubble USA, and we have had a very good session about why marriages are failing in the US. So get something from there, because we've talked about issues there. Now if you have any questions, And if you have any comments, please like us on our channel, Charities Bubble USA. Subscribe to our channel, and thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.